Welcome to a 20-minute video. Let's get the timer started. Focus. There we go. This is my fourth or maybe fifth take. Well, the problem was I was using the Sony ZV-E10 and I was encountering all sorts of problems I have not seen before, new problems. And I couldn't figure it out. And I just gave up. So I have no idea what's going on with the camera. And I also realized it cannot do 2.7K. It could only do either 1080p or 4K. And if you are new and don't know what I'm talking about, that's just the image quality. The 1080p is it's called full high definition, and that's what people normally view on. But nowadays, since people are viewing on their laptops, desktops, even on TV, so it's preferred to watch in 4K. And right now I don't have a lot of memory cards that could handle that amount of storage, so I was hoping to do 2.7K, which is in the middle between the 1080p and the 4K. And the Sony ZV-E10 doesn't have that. I gotta check the crippled beast, my A7S III. What does it have? I don't know. So right now I'm filming on the DJI Pocket 3. And so far it's been very trusty. The image quality is very good. It's not better than the ZV-E10, but it is much better than the DJI Action 4. So it's good. It's a good camera and it's reliable. So far it's been very reliable. Let's get started. So I don't have that much things to talk about, so pretty much I'm winging it, and I will be writing it down as we go along. So I did work today. I left this place, I don't know, probably like 12:30, and I got to Buena Park at 1:30. And I finished work at 7:30, but I didn't really get any work until 4:30. So I sat there for 3 hours and my mind was so down and out. I was so down, and I was trying to get myself happy by watching more social media and playing video games just to get distracted, because I'm not sure, it's when, I don't know if anyone experienced this, when you see everything just going out of control, like it cannot be controlled, like the work, you can't get work in, but you have to pretty much rely and depend on it, and just other things where you just can't control it. It's just out of my hands, and you know, it just it got to me. I sat there. On top of that, dealing with drivers, even on my way, I snapped. I mean, of course I don't road rage, because there's nothing I could do. Even if I road rage, what is it going to benefit me or the other person? Like nothing. It just makes things worse and probably pay more money that I don't have right now. And yeah, so I was upset, frustrated, confused, sad. It's just like a whole slew of emotions. And yeah, I was really down and out, but I forced myself to work. I disciplined myself not to go home and lay on the bed and woe is me kind of thing. So I did get deliveries. I got 5 deliveries, and I made a total of $40. And that's not excluding tax yet. So if I save money aside for the tax, and it needs to be about 40% in order to cover not only the tax, but a little bit of the wear and tear on the car and insurance, which I really need to set aside for. And yeah, I wrote down, gotta stay positive. I really do need to stay positive. Man, this because the Father of Heaven is one of his third commands that he told me is emotional mastery, which I'm having a lot of trouble with because I haven't received a lot of peace. Usually when I have a lot of peace, I'm able to handle situations a lot better. And I haven't had like a hard reset. For me, my hard reset would be traveling and traveling to Vietnam. And usually I travel there every 2 years and I would have a really good reset. And I'm able to be around people, even though they bother me a lot, they trouble or they try to instigate, I'm able to compose myself and just handle everything peacefully, positively, and if possible, even lovingly. And I would see people, they would change like, oh, okay, I probably shouldn't have done that, should have said that. I know it got to them in a good way, but I can't do that because I have not returned to Vietnam since 2018. I lost a lot of peace. I'm unable to really control my emotions. I'm just so drained dealing with people. I'm not able to reflect negativity in a good way. I'll just match them. If they treat me that, I'll treat you the same way. And that's not a really good way. So I'm trying to control, trying. Only way I could do that is make money. First I gotta pay the bills down and then go to Vietnam. But the problem is, the Father of Heaven, he warned me. He said, don't go to Vietnam until I could speak Hmong, listen Hmong, I could conversate in Hmong. Second is that I'm strong. And third is I control my temper. I've been thinking about it so much. Like, why do I have to do these three things? Like, why? Like, what's the point? It just doesn't make sense. And I think I know why. I think I know why. I think that's what my help meet desires. I'm guessing that has to be the reason why. Because he told me, don't go back there. If you do, you're not going to like it. And it's not going to go any way you think. So I'm not going to test him on it. Because when I do, I know it goes very bad. And Christians would say, oh, God will not give you more than you can handle. No. Have you read the Bible? Have you read that book? There's a reason why he's called terrible, because those that know him and break his commands, he could take them out. But before he takes them out, he could put them through a whole horrible things. So yeah, I don't want to test him. So the only way for me to do that, I gotta obey him. But I have to do it with a happy heart, a happy, positive heart, because the Father of Heaven, he hates people who mumble and grumble. Maybe I'll share this story just in case for the new viewers that don't know. My old viewers probably know this already. The Father of Heaven hates people who mumble and grumble, especially those that serve him. And I bring this up because Moses, he got the people, I call him Yashrael, he got the Father's chosen people and says, hey, you know what? The Father of Heaven, I'm paraphrasing, heard your prayers, heard your cries, how you want to get away from the Mitzrayimians, the Egyptians. You want to get away from them because they have been beating you, they enslave you, because they were the slave masters. And the Father of Heaven heard everything, heard your cries, how they treated you very poorly, very unfairly. Excuse me. And now it's time to go. We gotta go travel to the land of milk and honey, which is Yashrael. And I don't say Israel because that's two different things from the Bible. I know it's going to sound strange, but I'm not going to get into it because this channel is not for a scripture learning. I'm just sharing what I'm learning from the Father of Heaven. I mean, what I did. I'm just sharing what I did learn from the Father of Heaven and how it's applying to me right now. And yeah, for them to go, they had to walk, and it's supposed to be a 10 to 13 day trip from Egypt until Yashra'el. So it's supposed to be an 11 to 13 days trip. And that didn't happen. Because during that trip, they were mumbling and they were grumbling. Like, wow, we have to walk in the desert, in the heat of the day, the coldness of the night, and a whole slew of other things. We're hungry, blah, blah, blah. Our foot hurts, and wow. What was supposed to take 11 to 13 days took 40 years. 40 years. 40 years. And that's bad. That's bad. So that's why I'm trying my best. I don't have an option. I can't even try. I have to be positive, not try to be positive. I have to be positive and not mumble and grumble. Because right now I'm mumbling and grumbling every time I go to do Uber Eats, which is my current job. And of course, I want to do other things like doing my car wash business, which I have not started because I still need funds to buy the equipment like vacuum and steamer and all that stuff. Also, probably a Facebook group I found, but then they require, I think, a $99 membership. But then I'd rather go there to speak with people who have experience, just to know the ropes. So I think that's a good investment. But right now, I need to focus on paying Mr. Taxman first, which is April 10th. I gotta do that quick, because right now we're on March 26th. Man, I don't know how much more days that is. But it's looking bad, because this whole entire week I made $130. So that's nowhere near, that 1,200. But we'll see. We gotta figure something out. I mean, I do have a little bit money saved aside. I didn't want to touch it, but looks like something happens, I have to pull it out. Anyways, yeah. And what's worst about that part, what a lot of people don't know, I'm not sure, certain Bibles, I think it's written, but other Bibles are not written about this. But in that 40 years, the people who mumbled and grumbled, they didn't get to see the promised land. Because during that journey, something happened and they would be unalive naturally. They weren't able to see it during that long 40-year walk, which is supposed to take 11 to 13 days. But the ones that did see it were their generations, their newer the generation where they did not mumble and grumble, who had not experienced the hardship in I was going to say Mitzrayim, but in Egypt. So since they didn't experience, they didn't mumble and grumble against the Father of Heaven. They just saw how it was. So they were the ones that were able to go see the promised land. Of course, it wasn't like that. They had to do battle. They had to do battle. I guess where I'm getting at is, what I've learned is, it's not just about staying positive. There are obstacles in life, and we got to go through those obstacles with a positive mindset, positive manner, in order to get what we need, get what we want. And if the Father of Heaven is pleased, He'll add on to us, which is great. Wow, I thought I had nothing to talk about, but I talked about that. Got 6 minutes. So I did get stingy nettle, and I also got cloves, and this is to replace the coffee. And yeah, I hope I get it soon, because for some strange reason, Amazon say they'll send it to me in 2 days, and I did not have to sign up for Prime. I'm like, wow, don't have to do that. So that was interesting. But when I tried to get something else, it wasn't there. So I'm thinking the Father of Heaven, He wanted me to try it out. So we'll see. Once I get it, because I think I only got 2 bottles of coffee left. So once those are up, I'll be drinking just water until I get the stingy nettle. I mean, I could buy coffee, but I don't know. Alright, what's next? So we got the stingy nettle, the cloves out of the way. Oh yeah, the reason why I got stingy nettle, I read that it'll give energy, and for the cloves, it has some healing properties because my gums are not good. For both of these, they said that it'll help out with the bones, strengthen the bones and the teeth, the gums, the skin. Don't believe it until you test the spirit, right? So that's why I'm testing it out to see if it's true. I think I should be testing one at a time, but I'm kind of in need, so I'm going to just combine them, try it out. And the next thing I want to talk about is dandelions. Where are they? Where are they? Because I went to the workplace in Buena Park, and they're everywhere. And plus, my neighbor place, the one I'm cool with, he had dandelions all over the place. They're growing like wildfire. And I got so many heads, the dandelion heads that were seeding. They become like these little cotton puff balls. They're very cute. And then you could just blow it and they all fly away. So I got, I think, 3 or 4 heads from my neighbor's yard. And then I came over to my place in the back, and I just putting the seeds everywhere, in the front, the back, the side, so that they will grow everywhere. And guess what? None of them grew. What did grow was common soul thistle, chickweed, false hawkbeard, and assorted wild lettuce. But no dandelion. Yeah, I was frustrated and I was curious, like, where are these seeds coming from? Like, I didn't plant any of these seeds, and it was barren. There was nothing there. And it turns out, because when I asked the question, I guess the Father of Heaven heard it, and a YouTube video popped out talking about, how random plants started growing. It turns out birds, they eat certain seeds, and when they do their dropping, the seed will grow wherever the dropping drops. So that's how the seeds were able to travel. So I thought that was interesting. I was like, wow, I didn't know that. I guess now I know why there's certain seeds all over the place. Anyways, yeah, I even remember the neighbor I'm cool with. He was like, well, I have potatoes growing in my yard, but I never seeded any potatoes. And also peppers that they were not Thai peppers. They were some sort of pepper, but they're super spicy because I could eat Thai pepper like it's nothing. To me, it's not that spicy. But the neighbor's pepper, the one that just grew out of nowhere, wow, ooh, that was totally spicy. So yeah, I mean, I'm not bashing on those plants that the Father of Heaven has given. I'm grateful. I'm starting eating some of them. The common sotoso, wow, I did not believe they would be so good, but they didn't really have a bitterness to them. They tasted like a rich lettuce. That's all. It's not bad. It tastes really good. And the false hawk beard, the one that you see in my dandelion updates, where I thought he was a dandelion, but he wasn't a dandelion. He was a false hawksbeard. He's tasty too, but only the flowers and the buds. But the root, that was way too hard to eat. You can't eat it. It's too hard. Probably make coffee just like the dandelion. But the leaves, wow, the leaves were uber bitter. I mean, the dandelion leaves, they're bitter, but they're manageable to me. But this one was, it was like 3 or 4 levels of bitter higher than the dandelion. But don't get me wrong, it's not bad. I mean, I still enjoyed it. I ate all that guy's leaves, all of it. And yeah, we got 24 some seconds left. The next thing I wrote is about buying stuff for filming, because I've been daydreaming about filming. I want to start vlogging, and I realized I need to make a list of the components I actually need, not things I want, to start using the laptop right away. Alright? And you know, when I start filming, it's just going to be about anything. I guess what I plan to do is just how I'm doing the 20-minute videos. I plan just to vlog anything, just to figure out how the Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve worked and how the Lenovo 9i dual screen, how it would handle the files, because I don't know how it will yet, but we shall see. That's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope it has been enjoyable, and I hope things will be better so I could be more positive. If not, I hope all the viewers will ride it out with me until things get moving, get going. Yeah, that is it for this video. I do want to make a quick prayer for all the viewers that watch all the way through. Oh, where is it? Here we go. But before I do, I want to say thank you for any new viewers who watch all the way through. If you enjoy the content, please consider helping me out with a like, a share, a comment, a share, and if you're not subscribed, to subscribe. And for my for my returning viewers, thank you so much for helping me with your support. I'm very grateful and thankful. And I want to pray for those that watch my video all the way through. If you got this far, I want to make a quick prayer for you, that the Father of Heaven will protect your peace. And when you encounter any obstacles, any challenges, you will be able to handle it gracefully, peacefully, and if it's possible, lovingly. And also that the Father of Heaven will give you lots of love, give me lots of love, give us lots of love, because we all need it. I'm seeing a lot of ethnic people out there, so we do need it. And that's all I have for this video. Until the next, the Most High willing, hallelujah and Sinji Dua.